Hey everybody. I should have tagged some folks in this, but I'll probably say that I'm on. Maybe I can pull it up on here real quick and do that. Let me turn my sound down. We're going to talk about follow-up today. One of my favorite subjects. If you've ever done a training call with me, we've spent an ample amount of time on this because it is so important. Hello, Ashley. I see you on here. What in the world is going on? Well, I was going to send it to our group, but it's okay. People will realize I'm on here. Okay, we're going to talk about follow-up. It is one of my favorite things to talk about. I could talk about it all day, but it's not going to be all day because I got to leave in like 20 minutes to go get my kids from school. But when I do a training call with someone, usually the biggest problem that we find is that they don't have a follow-up system. But they don't have a follow-up system. I mean, really, that's it. They don't know what to say. They don't know how often to follow up. Or they're just not doing it because it feels uncomfortable for them. And I'm going to hopefully help you get through that discomfort, that uncomfort, I don't know what you call it, and make you feel good about following up with people in the next 20 minutes. And then give you a system for where you know exactly what to say and how often to say it. How's that sound? I think that sounds good. Okay, so one of the things that I have learned in my past 6 years with this company and really taken to heart is that follow-up is honestly an act of love. So you guys who are feeling like, I just don't want to bother them. We had the conversation. They'll let me know when they're ready. You guys are going to be the yellows if you've done the color personality test. You're the yellows. You love people. You don't want to bother them, right? Well, if you're not following up with them, you are not holding true to your true yellow personality, and here's why. Follow-up is an act of love. Okay, give me a heart if you would agree that these products are life-changing. Would you agree with that? Maybe they haven't been life-changing for you quite yet, but you've seen what they've done for other people. That glare on my face was really distracting me. All right, give me a heart if you agree that this business is life-changing. Tell me how it's been life-changing for you so far. Maybe you haven't even gotten your first check yet, but something about this business has been life-changing for you. Would you agree? All right, so if someone tells you or shows an interest in your products or your business, and you have in your hand something that can be life-changing for that person, how are you not following up with them? I think that a lot of times people don't follow up because they think like what I just said. They'll let me know if they're interested. No, people are busy. They forgot they even cared about it, but they were interested. So any time that you have someone that shows any bit of interest, anytime you have somebody that will actively engage in a conversation with you. So for me, I honestly have stopped. Y'all may not do it this way, but I have honestly stopped writing down every single person that comments on a hosted post because I found myself writing all day long, and then I had these people who just would never engage in conversation with me, like tons of them. So if I have someone who will engage in a conversation with me, they get written down. They have just won their self on the Jenny Kennemer love train because I am going to love them through this follow-up process because I have in my hands the thing they said they were interested in. And they don't realize how life-changing it can be, but I know. And so I'm going to love them through that follow-up process. How does this sound so far? Okay. Oh, I'm getting a little heated. I'm excited about this. Okay. So one of the other biggest problems that I see when I do coaching calls with my team is that not only are they not following up enough, but they're not even writing the people down. So even if we came up with a really great follow-up system, it would take them a while to gather their leads because they haven't written them down. Or a lot of people are like, well, I just scroll back through Messenger. Well, here's the thing. If you can scroll back through Messenger and talk to everybody that's been interested in your products or business, you are not talking to enough people. You're not. So start a written list. And if you're one of those people who's been relying on just following up through scrolling back through Messenger, I promise you, if you think that you've kept really good track of everybody, scroll back, start you a written list today, and you're going to be mind blown at how many people you've missed. All right, get you a written list, okay? Follow-up is one of the 4 main puzzle pieces of this business, you guys. This is super important. I hope you're listening. So have your list. Follow up often. Okay, how do we do that? Well, before we talk about how to do it, I'm going to try to help you feel a little bit better about the fact that you are doing your job as a decent human being and as a great It Works distributor by following up with people. It's not just about finding interested people. Because here's a statistic that I say all the time, and this is not an It Works statistic. This is a sales statistic across the board. All right, write this down if you're taking notes. 80% of sales, somebody put this in the comments. 80% of sales happen on the 7th to 12th follow-up. And some things you look at are going to have an even higher number than that. Some say like 7 to 15. All right, let's think about what that means. 80% of the population of humans are not going to go through with a sale like what we do. They're not going to order your products. They're not going to join your team until the 7th to 12th follow-up. 80% of humans. So if you're just relying on those people who order from you or join your team off of that first contact, second contact, fifth contact, sixth contact, then you are missing 80% of the people that you could change their lives and they could change your business. It could be a beautiful relationship, but you haven't loved them through the follow-up process. So thank you. Yes, Heather, that's perfect. Heather put that in the comment. You stopped loving them through the follow-up process because of the feelings you were having inside about worrying about bothering them. You dropped the ball. So you don't get to grow your team. You don't get to get that fast start bonus. You don't get to change their life. You don't get to be the answer to their prayer because you dropped the ball on the follow-up. Okay, so we all agree now, right, that follow-up is an act of love. Somebody put that in the comments. Follow-up is an act of love. So how do we do it? How often do we do it? What do we say? All right, I got 7 minutes before I got to go get my kids because we're going to make this quick. So let's talk about that a little bit more though. So if 80% of sales happens on the 7th to 12th follow-up, why? I'm a nerd. I like to know science behind things. So here's the science of follow-up in a nutshell. When you're scrolling Facebook, let's just talk about you scrolling Facebook, and you might see, thank you, Heather. She's my hype man. You might see a really cool, what can I use for an example? A really cool new metal straw. And you're like, oh, that's cool. I really want to try that. It's got the neat little rubber thing, so I won't break my teeth. But then your subconscious, okay, wait, let me back up. You have a subconscious mind and you have a conscious mind. So when you see that super cool new metal straw with the rubber thing where you won't break your teeth, your conscious mind is the one that says, ooh, that's cool, I want to buy that. And your subconscious mind says, it's a straw. Are you really going to spend that much money on that? And your conscious mind like tries to rationalize it. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's the environment, right? And it's my teeth, right? And it's better for my health. I don't know. What all the things we tell ourselves. And your subconscious mind kicks in and says, you just bought a box of 100 plastic straws, like you're wasting your money, okay? So your subconscious mind is there to protect you from stupid decisions. Your conscious mind is that impulse, okay? When your conscious mind kicks in and it sees something that it really wants, it feels good. And it actually releases endorphins, okay? So keep that in mind. We're going to get back to that later. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. If you never post about it again or you never... Let's just say the subconscious mind and the conscious mind are battling, but the conscious mind wins enough to where she comments on a post about this metal straw. Okay, so then you enter into a conversation with the person selling this metal straw, and she tells you all the wonderful things about it, and you want it even more, and your subconscious mind speaks up and says, woman, this is a stranger on the internet. You better not give her your credit card information. And then the subconscious mind and the conscious mind go back to rest until what? Are you going to step in and help the conscious mind and the subconscious mind meet up? So you've already started the conversation. The seller of that metal straw has started the conversation, and I hope she's written your name down. You're the customer in this instance. Okay, so she can follow up with you. Every single time that the idea of that cool new straw enters your mind, your conscious mind, again, there's endorphins released. You're excited about it, and your subconscious mind keeps chiming in. But every time you communicate with the person about the metal straw, that was a really stupid example, wasn't it? Your subconscious mind and your conscious mind become a little bit closer together. Your subconscious mind is suddenly starting to realize every time she thinks about this metal straw, she feels good. Starting to realize, oh, we've talked to this person 10 times and she's still hanging with us and she still seems really excited about it. So maybe it's okay. Okay, so let's just say you follow up 6 times and they're right here. But they're not right here yet. They're right here. And you give up because you feel like you're bothering that person. Do you see what happens? And then a month or 2 later, when you're going back through your list and you're like bored that day and you don't have anything else to do and you're like, oh, I guess I'll message this person. I don't even remember who she is. The subconscious mind and conscious mind were right here, but you let them drift back to where they first started. So you have that much ground to recover again. So here's what I do. When I have someone who's a hot lead and they will actively engage in a conversation with you, I follow up with them every freaking day until I got this situation going on and I have a new customer or a new team member. What do you guys think about that? Does that excite you to break out all your list and start getting really organized with this? All right, so now that you understand that, I got 2 minutes to explain to you how to do that. Or she buys the straw from someone else. Yes, thank you, Donna. So, or you stop following up with them and somebody else posts about the cool new straw and they're like, oh yeah, I'm right here. I'm ready to buy. I know this is legit. I'm going to order today, but not from that initial girl because she stopped following up with me. Thank you, Donna. That's a great point. All right, so here's what I do. First of all, let me say, every single time I sit down to do my work, I set my intention before I even pick up my phone that every conversation that I enter into is a potential distributor. And you guys, I don't do distributor host to post. I only do product host to post. I lead with the product and I look for any single way possible to work in the business. Now, this is not a training on that. This is about follow-up, but I just wanted to work that in here. So every single time you sit down, no matter what it is, if you're about to follow up or answer messages or start new conversations, set that intention that every single person you talk to during that time has just won themselves an invite into your business. All right, okay, so let's just say someone stops. We're going to talk about a few different scenarios. You guys ask your questions, any questions that you see, because really I got to hop off of here in just a second. I want to make sure I get them all answered. And also tell me different scenarios you found yourself in. Like, what do you do if? What do you do if? I would love to see all that from you. So one of the things I see so often is people just stop responding. Remember, it's our job to have these products in this business in the forefront of our brain. It's not your potential's job. So if they're like this, subconscious mind, and they were just like, that seems pretty cool, and your subconscious mind was like, nope, don't do it, then they completely forgot about it, okay? So they might have been in the grocery store line when they were talking to you. They might have been on their lunch break. They might have been on a potty break. they forgot. It's your job to love them through it. Okay, so the next day, or if I talk to them early in the morning, I might follow up with them that night. This is my favorite follow-up message, you guys. Hey girl, did that message make it to you? I cannot tell you how many times a day I say that. Every single day. I use that over and over and over. And you will be so surprised at how many people will come back and say, oh my gosh, I forgot. Yes, I want to do this or whatever. So if they just stop responding, hey girl, did that message come through? Somebody put that in the comments. Okay. Now I do that too sometimes, Heather, but I do that after they have not answered me like 3 or 4 times in a row. First I do like I just said, hey girl, did that message come through? Same follow-up message to a person over and over. That's a great point, Ashley. So we're going to talk about that. She said she feels like a lot of times she's sending the same follow-up message over and over and over. I don't ever send the same follow-up message, but I'm still following up every single day. And it's really the same principle that I use. All right. So let's just say they don't answer you again. They were interested. People are busy. They've got their subconscious mind working against this order. Okay? So the next day, if they still haven't answered me, I might say this. Somebody put this in the comments. And actually I use this one so much, I've got it saved in a quick text word board thing. Good morning. I have 3 discounted spots left for that cleanse today. Would you like one? Now, a lot of people are like, you're lying. You can do as many orders as you want. No, I can't. I'm a single mom. I do not have time to be entering no 50 orders. I look at my schedule for the day with all the things I have to do with my team and my posting and my follow-ups and my TikToks and TikToks. That takes a long time because I'm still learning it. But all the things, I got time to place about 3 orders today. Would you like some of my time? That's what I'm saying. Hey girl, I got 3 discounted spots for that cleanse today. Would you like one? Because seriously, I've had people give me their information and I don't enter it that day. It's the next day before I actually get to it. It is not a lie. It is truthful. Okay. So, hey girl, I have 3 discounted spots for that cleanse today. Would you like one? I use that all the time. Okay, so those are the 2 that I use like all the freaking time. So somewhere along the line, if the conversation is not leading to a sale still, a flip-flop. Have you guys seen the bonus material that Jade Hooper did in the summer camp? If not, go back and watch that. It's amazing. But she talks about how she's always just constantly following up, constantly swapping gears. And so you might change if nothing's really working and it's not going anywhere. The next day, my follow-up might be just going and liking and commenting on a bunch of stuff on their page. Now, I don't want you guys to fall into thinking that's a like quality follow-up, because it's not. But somewhere along the line, sometimes I just want to love on their post. Okay, it builds in your humanness and it works on that subconscious mind. Okay. So I might do that like 2 times out of a course of 7 days. I might use that as my follow-up. Another thing is, if they've kind of gone cold and they're not responding anymore, then I might offer them a product reviewer spot. It's basically the loyal customer program rephrased. So it starts with, hey, I'm setting up my December product reviewers and I'd love for you to have a spot. Can I send you the details? And they say yes, and you say awesome. How it works is you order 1 product a month for 3 months and you get my 40% discount, and all I ask for is your honest feedback in return. Can I send you a list of my openings? And your enroller has the list of your openings, I'm sure. If they don't have it, y'all just keep going up the line until you get it. Or actually, I'll probably just put it in the comments here. So I love to do that as a follow-up. I also love to do this as a follow-up. Just come back and say, you know, if your conversation's not really going anywhere, but they were really interested at one point, just say, hey, I don't know if you saw our giveaway, but I would love to get you an entry, and then send them a link to your giveaway post. And that kind of sometimes gets them more excited, especially if they were a potential distributor. And it's kind of like they get a taste of what it's like to build the business before they even get started. Swap up, okay? So if they're interested in the hair, skin, nails, and that conversation is not going anywhere, but all of a sudden they announce a sale on the coffee, or it comes out with another You Pick 2 or You Pick 3 deal, which actually we have a You Pick 3 deal going on right now. So you might, I think hair, skin, nails is part of it too. So if they're not going anywhere with this conversation, then introduce them to a sale, even if it's not the product they fell in love with in the beginning. So, hey, I know you were interested in the hair, skin, nails, but I don't know if you're interested or not, but our company just announced a sale where you can get so many good products cheaper than I can even get them for. I mean, that's really bad wording, but you get the idea of how to swap that up. Also, do not be afraid if someone has kind of stopped responding to you about just our cheapest product, like fat fighters, and nothing has really worked and it's not really going anywhere. Come back and offer them the business, you guys. If someone says they can't afford something, don't be afraid to turn around and offer them the business. That's a little side note here. That's not about follow-up, but so often I have had people not be able to afford it, but it really wasn't that they didn't have that money. It was just that they didn't have the money that they felt good about spending on a product for themselves. But when you let them know how awesome this business is, and they're like, oh, well, I could actually make money for my family. If you're talking to a business-minded person, a lot of times they'll jump on that. All right, let me scroll back through these questions. Sometimes I feel like I'm sending the same follow-up message over and over. Does that help? And then, like Heather said right there, if I have messaged them like 3 or 4 times without a response, I might say, oh my gosh, I just noticed that I've messaged you 3 times and you haven't responded. I really hope I didn't say something to offend you, or something like that. And they almost always come back, say, no, you're fine. I just can't afford it right now. And then you get to offer them the business. Okay, I don't see any more questions. How do you guys feel about all that? So, you're going to swap it up. You're going to stick with those hot leads. You're going to follow up with them. You're going to follow up with them often, because you're going to love them through the follow-up process, because you're going to have this in your mind all the while looking for an in to invite them into this business. Yeah, I wrote down everything that I had listed to go over with you guys. Have your list and follow up. 80% of sales happen on the 7th to 12th follow-up. So if you are not loving them through that, you are missing 80% of your customers and distributors that would be enrolling with you. It doesn't have to be complicated. Why is my dog barking? I don't know. Thanks for all the thumbs. All right, so here's one more thing I want you to do. Shout out one of the leaders you've seen this week doing one of these live trainings and tell them thank you. I know for me as a leader, leadership is hard. Did y'all see how red my neck was? Like, I get nervous when I get on these things. And we appreciate every single heart and every single thumb, and every positive comment means the world to us. So shout out one of your favorite leaders who's done a training this week and just tell them thank you. All right, I'll see you guys next time.